Okay, so mine is called TBA because I thought that was a little more creative than Untitled because it has no title right now. But I do have an epigraph which I kind of think is more of the title, so I'll read that to you guys. A man takes his sadness down to the river and throws it in the river, but then he's still left with the river. A man takes his sadness and throws it away, but then he's still left with his hands. And that is by Richard Seekin in his poem Boot Theory. Awesome poet. I suggest everybody look him up. He's one of my favorites. With your head in his hands, he is baptizing you with his tears, like holy water, like any kind of water, muddy water even. But it feels calming and you don't care, the rivulets along your cheekbones and your tired temples, until you realize they aren't his tears because he doesn't actually exist, at least not anymore. They are your tears, hot and stinging saline along your cold, cold cheeks. And you are again at that river, the one you've stepped into twice now, even though some ancient philosopher said you can't. Well, fuck him, because you can step into this river twice. This sadness that is your own version of Seekin's river, and yet is really the same. You're at this river again, left alone with your hands, except now you wish they were his hands, that your own fitful hands didn't exist, and his could exist in their place. Your lips are purple, and you've decided to stay with this river, if only for a little while. You're left with your hands, but you don't want them. Don't want his farewell inside your foolish palms, not now, not ever. So you sit back, knees curled together like burning paper, hold your body close, retract your pulse, will blood out of flitting fingers, first reddish, then white and pink, purple and blue, black and dead. Frostbitten, you toss them aside. But the blood has left your lips, purple now too, more purple than before, purple like the inside of blackberries, the inside of charcoaled amethyst, the water in a choking chasm, rotting 20,000 leagues under the sea. Your lips, cold and icy, chip off like hardened lipstick. But it's not your lipstick, it's your lips. It's your lips that you're the most afraid to lose. You can't lose them, the only memory of him on them, his whole body flaking away with each purplish shard of skin, the dying black blood, your enemy now. You know him only by those lips. You felt all of him there. You run your lips over each curve of skin and patch of bone, each hair, each nail, each tense muscle, each tooth, even the insides of his ribs and the soft seat of his pelvis, the bottoms of his feet and the veins behind the knee, the sacred secret cavern inside his left ventricle, where he kept all his fears carved in bark inside a bundle of twine and a silver thimble. You have held the motor cortex between your lips, sleepily parted, lethally dragging the gates of your memory along each nerve ending, awakening the thighs, abdomen, and shoulder, elbow, wrist, eyelid, and jaw, his entire skeleton and skin permanently burrowed in the most striking nook, the most delicate cranium view, electrified and swarming. And now you've lost him. Your lips are blackened and screaming. And there are those tears, his tears, yours tears, whose tears? Look up, uncurl your knees, the branches of the paper turning green, unfolding back into trees. Stand up, see the river, frozen and rippling, the same river you stepped into twice, the river you will always return to, no matter the fact that Heraclitus shrieks difference. It will always be the same. You will always be the same. You will always see death on the other side of the bank, his shoulders shrugged and his lips as purple, as blackened and screaming as yours. He has returned as well. He has sat on the same bank and watched you every time you've come back to this river, Heraclitus' mistaken river, Seekin's inscrutable river, your own fucked up river. He has given his hands to you, but the sneakish things always find their way back. He has tried to give him back to you, but the tired thing will not go. He can't. This river will always call you back, always give you nothing in return. Death strokes his lips and whispers out to you. He was so beautiful, every inch, I can feel him, the pearls that were his eyes, the tiny capillaries like taut yarn, his marrow lonely and crusting, collarbone like a newborn twig, each lung heavy and sad, like wetted wings, so lovely. And all you can do is touch your lips, feel them one last time, feel the inside of his thighs, his spinal cord like wet rope, the lining of his pancreas, warm and slightly sweet, the alveoli of his right lung like mossy stones, his own lips like the sea lapping and engulfing you, saying sorry, holding your hand, washing you in salt and heat and goodbye too. And then he's gone, and death looks over at you tired, with your tears on his lips. I have loved too. This river will always be the same.